Employee engagement has recently gained lots of attention, both in academia as well as industry. However, recent research revealed that only 29% of employees are fully engaged, while 26% are disengaged. Organizations are now interested how to fully engage their employees so they are committed to meeting organizational goals. So what does an engaged employee looks like? I'll give you a moment to think about it. Engaged employees are enthusiastic about what they're doing and happy to volunteer for difficult assignments. Engaged employees are committed. They are willing to invest their discretionary efforts to help fellow colleagues and will go above and beyond to help organization to flourish. They give positive image of the organization and recommend its products or services to others. Engaged employees are happy to provide constructive feedback to their bosses on how organization can improve. Engagement can lead to positive outcomes such as improved work performance, job satisfaction, and a lower turnover. However, employee engagement is not the same as employee satisfaction. Satisfied employee might show up for his daily 9 to 5 without any complaint, perform his job well, but the same satisfied employee might not go that extra mile to help a colleague in need or proactively seek opportunities to help organization to improve performance. Satisfied is therefore not the same as engaged. For example, the engaged employee will work overtime to complete a report or will meet his client on Saturday, even if this is not required from him. Engaged employee working in the cash register in calls will kindly greet and smile to every customer, even if this is the last customer on their shift and they are almost ready to go home. These are good examples of how engaged employee looks like. Russi offers contemporary definition of engagement as gaining the discretionary energy, effort, and ideas from people who voluntarily choose to follow your vision. It means that this definition talks about engagement being a discretionary and voluntary effort. Engagement is not about employees doing what you ask them to do, but is all about what are they doing willingly, that is beyond what they are required to do. For example, engaged retail assistant will pick up the trash on the store floor or clean the store entrance even if the boss isn't watching. Kahn found that there were 3 psychological conditions related to engagement or disengagement at work: meaningfulness, safety, and availability. He argued that people asked themselves 3 fundamental questions. How meaningful is it for me to work towards organizational goal? How safe is it for me to do so? And how available am I to do so? He found that workers were more engaged in situations that offered them more psychological meaningfulness, psychological safety, and when they were more psychologically available. Let's unpack these 3 preconditions. Meaningfulness is when employee feels their work helped them to achieve their personal objectives. They feel their work aligns with their aspirations they value, and as a consequence, they are more inclined to put extra efforts. For example, when you do something that you really like, you believe in, and that thing is challenging to you and makes you feel satisfied, then this task is meaningful for you. Meaningless work, on the other hand, might often cause detachment from one's work. Psychological meaningfulness occurs when individuals feel useful and valuable. Psychological safety reflects one's belief that a person can engage themselves without a fear of negative consequences. It is about having supporting and trusting leaders and co-workers. It's also about feeling safe in the environment you work. Can you trust your colleagues? Can you openly share with them your ideas without fear of being criticized? For example, when you want to share your point of view, how others react to it? That's absurd. How can you possibly think about that? Versus, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about it. Tell me how it works. They might not always agree with you, but at least they're willing to listen. Availability refers to physical and emotional availability. If we are preoccupied with our personal problems, financial difficulties, problems in our family, breakups, we tend to be disengaged at work because we focus our energy on the dealing with our personal issues. So in order to be engaged, we need to be physically and emotionally available. If these three things are fulfilled, we experience meaningfulness at work, we feel that we work in a safe environment where we can openly share our thoughts and ideas, and we are physically and emotionally available, we are then setting ourselves for engagement. To summarize, in this video lecture, we covered a number of topics related to employee engagement. First, we focused on what does an engaged employee looks like. They are enthusiastic about work, committed, and are willing to invest their discretionary efforts to help organizations reach their goals. We then made a case that employee engagement is not the same as employee satisfaction. Satisfied employee might perform his job well, but he or she might not necessarily go that extra mile beyond their work duties or offer discretionary effort for that matter. Engaged employee, on the other hand, will exercise voluntary behavior and voluntary efforts to willingly go beyond on what he or she is required to do. Finally, we unpacked three preconditions for engagement: meaningfulness, safety, and availability. Now, please go to the extended learning section and watch the interview with Professor Cameron Newton from QUT Business School, who offers his insights into this fascinating and growing in popularity topic on employee engagement.